Hi, everybody. It's Ms. Robeson, and today I will be sharing with you the book Just Mercy by Bryan Stevenson. It is a memoir. I read the version that has been adapted for young adults, but it's really not that different than the regular version. There's just a bit more explanation of the legal jargon that he uses and the legislation that he brings up. But this is probably one of the most powerful memoirs I have read in a while. And I have been struggling to get through fiction lately. I think it's just because I've had trouble focusing for long periods of time. And with fiction, I tend to get really sucked in. And if I don't get really sucked in, then it's hard for me to kind of force myself to. So I picked up a memoir hoping that it would show me a new perspective of a narrative that I haven't heard before, or that it would teach me something new. That's just kind of how, like, the mood that I was in this week. And this story blew me away. It is about Bryan Stevenson wrote it. It's about his own life, starting out as a young lawyer at a nonprofit firm. And he works for the Equal Justice Initiative. And this is an organization, I believe it's headquartered in Alabama, if I'm not mistaken, but it's definitely in the South. And he founded it as an effort to end racial and economic injustice. And he discusses how mass incarceration impacts our country, impacts innocent people, impacts men, women, children, people of color. And it was such a profound criticism of our current justice system. And I think one of the most successful things in this book is that he follows the story of a man named Walter. And Walter is wrongfully convicted of capital murder after he was found in a relationship with a white woman in the 1980s. It was not, it was frowned upon to have an interracial relationship in the United States. This was less than 30 years ago that this happened. So Walter found himself sitting on death row for a crime that he didn't commit. Not only did he not commit it, but Bryan Stevenson felt that he was completely innocent, like absolutely no possible way that he could have committed it. So I'm not going to tell you how it ends, but I am going to read you a piece of the introduction in case this sounds good to you. Check your local library, check the links that I posted on Schoology, because you will be able to find links to the Olmsted Library if you want to look for an ebook, things like that. And the movie just came out too. There's now a Just Mercy movie, so you could even just watch the movie if you felt like it. Okay. Walter's story is one of many that I tell in these chapters. I've represented abused and neglected children who were prosecuted as adults and suffered more abuse and mistreatment after being placed in adult facilities. I've represented women whose numbers in prison have increased 640% in the last 30 years. I have seen how hysteria about drug addiction and our hostility to the poor have made us quick to criminalize them. I've represented mentally disabled people whose illnesses have landed them in prison for decades. I've gotten close to victims of violent crime and their families, and I've witnessed how mass imprisonment has made even prison staff more violent and angry, less just and less merciful. I've also represented people who have committed terrible crimes, but nonetheless strive to recover and find redemption. I have discovered deep in the hearts of many condemned and incarcerated people seeds of hope and humanity that come to astonishing life when nurtured by simple acts of care and respect. My work has taught me a vital lesson. Each of us is more than the worst thing we've ever done. So that is Just Mercy. For next week, I haven't decided what I'm going to be reading yet. I might give fiction another shot and go for Brandon Sanderson's Skyward. I took the dust jacket off because I carry it around with me. Or I might go for another memoir, which would be Men We Reaped. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to reading and writing this week. If this sounds like a good story to you, I encourage you to read it any way that you can, or check out the new movie, because that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Have fun. Bye.